options. Variant name, this just helps you keep things organized. The alert condition, so in this case, any new follower on the channel triggers this alert. But if it was a sub alert, it would say different sub tiers, resubs. Essentially, this just lets you set what actually triggers the alert. Below that, you can change the duration. The default duration matches the default GIF that plays, but if you change this GIF, as I'll show you how to do later, you'll want to change the duration to match the GIF's length. If you don't, then sometimes a GIF or alert will loop too many times, or if the duration is too quick, it cuts the alert and GIF off early. Below that is customize HTML and CSS. That's if you want to get fancy. For now, we're going to ignore it because you guys are just getting started. And after that is the animation in and out. Right now it's fade in and out, but we can change this to slide up, roll up, all sorts of things to match different alerts and different overlays. For example, I have a GIF I'll use later where I do a little fist pump, and I want that to slide up because I'm going to position my alert box behind my webcam, and when it slides up, it'll be like it's revealing from behind my webcam. And when it's done, it'll slide back down behind my webcam. So I would change that with this setting here. Below that is the layout settings. So this lets you move where the text and GIF are in relation to each other. So you can change the text to be on the right, the left, the bottom, the top, or even appear over the top of the alert. And below that, we have background. This is for adding a custom color to your background, but let's be honest, I don't know why you'd need this since alerts are really meant to be transparent when they're set up like this, which is why it's set to 0 opacity. Below that is padding and gap, which changes the space between text and the size of the alert. If I max these to 99, you can see the distance increases, and back down to 5, you can see it decreases. Now, rounded corners and drop shadows don't really work from what I've seen because they are around the overall alert. These only work if you're using a non-transparent set of alerts, which I don't think looks very good. So we can move on to text-to-speech. This is where you can customize what the words in your alert says. For example, it says curly bracket username just followed right now. But what if we wanted it to be a bit more unique to me as a content creator? Well, I can write joined the Royale Army. Below that, we can change the font. Sadly, they don't have Comic Sans, but hey, I don't mind permanent marker. It's kind of close to Comic Sans. Then we can change the font's boldness or the overall size of it as well, and then change the text layout as well. So if you want the text fitting left, center, or right, this is where that is. And then you have your center margins, meaning you can put the text at the top, middle, or bottom of the box. Next, we can change the text color and accent color. So the accent is usually what is in the curly brackets. So in this case, it is the username that just followed. It defaults to Twitch purple, but you can easily change that color to match whatever your branding and style is. And then this is where you actually add a drop shadow to your text. It's kind of hard to see the drop shadow on this transparency, so if I quickly turn on a white backdrop, you can see how much it helps keep the text from vanishing. Next is text-to-speech. If you want the little robot voice to read out when someone follows, donates, bits, or subs, then you'll turn this on here, and when someone follows, it will say, username has followed out loud. Select your language, pick a voice you like before changing the volume of said voice, and I will say I am quite partial to Brian or Russell, but you pick whatever works for you. If the voice is starting too soon and you want it delayed, you can add a few seconds here, but just be careful you don't want a big gap between your alert sound playing and when the voice actually starts. It becomes very awkward. When it comes to text-to-speech, on other alerts such as bits or resubs or really any alert that someone can send a message with as a viewer, you'll usually see a different text box underneath this one that says something like cheer message, for example. Here we go. Oh boy, here we go. Like you please, Russ. I'll play as someone else. A different text box underneath this one that says something like cheer message, for example.
Hi, my name is Brian. Hi, my name is Brian.
Example. This is the text-to-speech for if you want the robot to read out what the viewer's message said and not just what the event was and what happened. Okay, now we are on to customizing the visuals and sound. As you can see, Twitch supplies you with default alerts to start with, but if you have some GIFs or WebM files that you want to use like I have here, then you'll be able to upload that by simply clicking Upload File and then selecting the file from your computer. Once it's done uploading, you can scale the image here to be bigger or smaller, and then moving forward, if you ever want to change anything, you can click the image library to find your visuals you uploaded earlier, and of course, all the default Twitch visuals that come along with it. These actually look really nice. Massive props to Twitch for creating such a cool tool with such cool visuals. Below that is your alert sound, which follows the exact same process and simply has a volume slider instead of a scale slider. When you're setting up custom alerts, you'll likely want to add visuals or sound first and then change all the earlier customization I showed you to match its size and style. Now, let's show you how to do variations so you can have different alerts for different amounts of bits or different types of subs. Head to cheering, and again, if you're not an affiliate yet, it might not be there for you, but you can follow along using the raids option instead. But if it is there for you, then by default, it should say something like an alert will play at least 1 bit. We're going to set a variation for when 100 bits is cheered exactly. So click the 1 bit and then head to the top and click this little plus button square. This will duplicate the 1 bit alert. I want you to click the new alert that's just been duplicated and change the name to cheering of 100 bits. Now in the drop down, you can see 3 options: cheered exactly, cheered at least, and first time cheer. These are pretty self-explanatory, but cheered exactly will mean the alert plays when someone cheers the exact amount you set. Cheered at least means if you set it to 100 bits, then any amount over 100 bits will use that alert. And first time cheer is for when a viewer is brand new to your stream and is cheering for the very first time. We're going to make this alert for 100 exactly, so click cheered exactly. Below that, set the bits to 100. This is obviously the place where you'll change the variation amounts. And the rest of this is exactly the same as customizing your other alerts that I showed you earlier. You'll change the message, change the visuals, decide if this event should activate text-to-speech or not, and then you'll click save. There is one more step though. I want you to move the cheering of 100 bits to the top of the list on the left. Variations are listed in the priority, so when someone cheers, Twitch will start going down the list of alerts you have until they reach an alert that matches the criteria of the person cheering. So for example, if you had at least 1 bit alert set as number 1 in the list, then it would just play that as 100 bits is obviously at least 1 bit. But because we move it to the top, it reaches that one first and says exactly 100 bits.
Welcome to New York. We're all just here trying to make it.
Let's be real, Eddie. Not everybody made it. Cryptocurrency is my job. I've never seen the guy work.
I own a clothing line. She is in the best style. I have no words.
I have a lot of goals. Don't tell her you're my dad. Tell her that you're an investor.
I'm opening a new club in New York City. Who's financially backing this? I manifested a rich boyfriend.
That's really an old thing.
Hard work never goes unnoticed at Adrian. Work moves, we move with it. Our pickup cargo solutions boost efficiency and keep you organized. Field tested and built for the job, hauling America's hustle. From city streets to the backcountry, Adrian is crafted for the grind. American jobs, Adrian Tufts.
100 bits, okay, I'll play this alert. Click save again, and now if someone cheers 100 bits, this alert will go off instead of the other one. Now the variations will obviously have different triggers depending on the event. For example, raids have rated by, rated with exactly, and rated with at least. And of course, subs and gift subs have different rules as well. I don't feel I need to explain these all because if you read them, they make a lot of sense. Again, props to Twitch. They've done a great job making all of this easy to understand if you just take it slow and experiment one step at a time. We're almost there. I still need to show you how to add fireworks and flamethrowers using your own emotes, but I want to first show you the hype trains and goals alerts. These are 2 alerts that are much harder to set up if you're using Streamlabs or Stream Elements. But now, because it's Twitch integrated, you can make custom alerts for reaching a hype train or specific level of a train or just for reaching an all-time high of a hype train. Or if you just use the goal tool to set a follower or sub goal and then start that goal, then you can have an alert play that says the goal has begun and another one that plays on completing the goal. This is an amazing tool and I love that it's been turned into an alert so easily. They're completely customized, the same as the earlier alerts that I showed you, but I just wanted to point them out specifically because they're so damn cool. Now let's get you some awesome celebrations. Head to absolutely any of your alerts. Personally, I'm going to use this with my goal reached alert, but this works on any of them. But it might just be a bit over the top if you used this every time someone followed. Once the alert is set up using all the earlier steps, you'll scroll down to the final customization section on the right called Celebrations. You'll toggle it on with this button here, click Save, and now click Preview Alert. You'll see these little light fireworks going off with your emotes, or the default hype emotes if you don't have any emotes yet. If you want a different animation, you can change that under the effects dropdown and try Preview Alert again. For example, you can see here, flamethrowers. And if you want it to be more flashy, you can change that with the intensity down below and simply preview it again to see how much more intense it is. Now, here is the thing, you're not actually putting the effects where they are showing on that preview. It's just giving you an example of them. Below that are three options: video only, chat only, and everywhere. If you select video only, the celebration will appear over the screen in full on Twitch. If you select chat, well, it will just appear over the chat. And if you select everywhere, well, it will be the entire browser. Now, all of this is a lot, and you might be worried it will ruin your gameplay or footage. But if we open OBS and then tell it to send a test alert in the browser, you'll see that there isn't a big celebration appearing here in OBS. That's because the celebration doesn't appear in your footage and in your OBS, but instead on the viewer's side in their browser. So this means, again, you don't want to set up too many celebrations or it might go a bit over the top and make people a bit annoyed. Use it just to make certain types of alerts and certain types of moments really hype. And now the danger zone. Click here if you want to delete the alerts you're currently using, and click here if you want to learn how to steal the reason Ludwig has grown to be one of the most well-known streamers and creators in just a few years. It's a short video essay. We're really proud of it and think it would help a lot of creators to learn about. I hope that was clear, concise, and didn't take up too much of your time. Subscribe and like the video because I'll see you guys next week. Here if you want to delete the alerts you're currently using, and click here if you want to learn how to steal the reason Ludwig has grown to be one of the most well-known streamers and creators. If you select video only, the celebration will appear over the screen in full on celebration appearing here in OBS. That's because the celebration doesn't appear in your footage and in your OBS, but instead on the viewer's side in their browser. So this means, again, you don't want to set up too many celebrations or it might go a bit over the top and make people a bit annoyed. Use it just to make certain types of alerts and certain types of moments really hype. And now the danger zone. Click here if you want to delete the alerts you're currently using, and click here if you want to learn how to steal the reason Ludwig has grown to be one of the most well-known streamers and creators in just a few years. It's a short video essay. We're really proud of it and think it would help a lot of creators to learn about. I hope that was clear, concise, and didn't take up too much of your time. Subscribe and like the video because I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Score big savings and watch live NFL games this season. New users pay just $72.99 monthly for the first 3 months of YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
It's 2025, and you're still using